kind of roll your shoulders back into that postural position. And then just take a moment. Maybe now we'll close our eyes. Closing your eyes is really important because it's symbolic of your willingness to put your attention on what's happening inside you, to go inward. And we spend so much of our lives externally focused on our work, focused on our partners, our families, all the day-to-day things we need to do. There's constant distractions and stressors around us, and we become a bit unbalanced. We become reactionary. It's important to spend even just a small amount of your day going inward, because that's where you're going to get centered. That's where you're going to hear your creative voice, your intuitive voice. That's when you're going to have an awareness of your feelings, of your needs. So if everyone can just be with that, be with any sensations that come up. Maybe you want to shift your position a little bit. Maybe you're uncomfortable the way you're sitting. And just take any movements you need to take, because for the next few minutes, we're going to be focused on our breathing. And now I'd like you to direct your attention towards your breath. Direct your attention to what your breath feels like as your body breathes. You're not trying to change your breath in any way. Don't try to breathe deeper or do anything like that just yet. Just pay attention to your breath. Notice how it moves your body. Notice how perhaps when you inhale, your shoulders rise. And maybe when you exhale, maybe they round down and they move forward. Maybe your belly button reaches back towards your spine. There's kind of a compression. And then after you let that air out, notice that naturally your body reaches for more breath. Just paying attention to your basic biomechanics here. This is what helps ground you and orient you in space. It helps your body to know where you are and what you need. Now what we're going to do is just bringing a little bit of spatial or body awareness to our practice. So if you're seated on a chair, or maybe you're on the floor, just notice with your eyes closed how your body connects to whatever it is that you're resting on. So maybe you feel your thighs or the backs of your legs connect with your seat. Just feel the weight of that. Feel the weight, the heaviness of your body held in by gravity. Know that this universal force, this energy, is something that you just have access to simply by virtue of being alive and being on our planet. That there is a force that is holding you, that keeps you safe, that protects you. And just begin to notice also, maybe if you have your hands placed on your thighs or maybe on the floor, just feel the connection, feel what's under your hands. And just bringing your awareness into your body. So many times we only pay attention to our bodies when we're in discomfort, when we're in physical pain, or when we're hungry or thirsty, when we're tired. we so often don't notice these other signals from our body, things about our deeper needs, our deeper wants. And now again, just doing a quick little posture check, so rolling your shoulders back if you find that they lean forward a little bit. Maybe just bringing the tip of your chin just slightly forward and upward so that you're not looking down. Just imagine your nose rising slightly, ever so slightly towards the ceiling. That will put you in a nice neutral spine and allow all the important cerebral spinal fluid to flow up from your hips to your brain. And now we're actually going to get started with a little bit of the breath practice. So just breathing in through your nose. You don't have to count or adjust or change your breath. Just breathe in through your nose. And let it out through your mouth. When you breathe out, there should be an audible sound. That's important because it tells you that you're actually expelling your breath and allowing the air to fill up into the deeper layers of your lungs. So breathing in again through your nose, breathing out through your mouth. And now we're going to just adjust our breathing a little bit. So we're going to do something that is called box breath, B-O-X. Now, if you think of a box in your mind, your eyes are still closed here. That a box has 4 sides. And so what we're going to do is the number 4 and 4 sides are going to be how you remember this breath. You can do this anywhere. So the first side of the box is going to be inhalation through your nose, inhaling for a count of 4. So there's the number 4 again. So inhale through your nose for a count of 4. And then you'll pause, just holding maybe for 1 count. And then you're going to exhale throughout your mouth for a count of 4 again. And then pause. And then inhale through your nose for a count of 4. Pause. And then exhale for a count of 4. Awesome. So you're essentially going to do that like the 4 sides of the box. Super simple. And so what I'll do is I'll count us off for the first few rounds. And then I'll let you do a few rounds at your own pace. Different people have different lung sizes, different ways of breathing and lung capacity. So for some people, you might be able to breathe a little bit deeper than others, and that's okay. If the counting feels distracting to you, then you can just drop that and just focus on the inhalation and the exhalation. This practice is not about perfection. It's more about becoming in touch with yourself. So we'll just get started now with that box breath. So rolling our shoulders back if they slipped, making sure our eyes are closed, feeling that connection between our seat and the earth. Breathing in through the nose for a count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold and exhale. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Inhaling 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. And out 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Inhale 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. And then just start the counting practice for just a moment. So we just did 1 round, we did 1 box. Just notice, pay attention to how you feel. Take note. Are there any changes in physiology? Maybe before your heart was beating a little faster. Maybe now you feel more relaxed. Maybe you notice that your body sits differently. Now we're going to go back to the box breath again. So you're going to breathe in for 4 counts through your nose, pause at the top, and then exhale 4 counts through your mouth. So I'll get us started. So ready, here we go. In through the nose, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, continue that practice, inhaling for 4 through your nose, pausing at the top, and then exhaling, letting it all go for 4 through your mouth, pausing at the bottom. And just do this at your own pace. If a count of 6 makes more sense for you, do that. If a count of 3 makes more sense for you, be there. Noticing on your exhalation that the more force with which you push the air out of your lungs, the more of that noise that you make, that's you're breathing from your diaphragm. And when you do that, you force more air out of your lungs, and you'll notice your lungs naturally want to take more air. There is such a lesson in that. The lesson in that is the lesson of balance. It's the lesson that we are only able to take in and hold more when we let go of that which no longer serves us. So continuing with your practice, breathing in through the nose, holding at the top, breathing out through your mouth. And just do 2 more rounds of this. So in through the nose, out through the mouth. 1 more round. Out. And then again, just sit for a moment. I want you to observe your state. I'm giving these classes in the benefit of the Color of Change, which is a racial justice advocacy organization. I think that the world is going through an incredible amount of changes right now. We all are struggling with what our lives look like, how different they may have been a few months ago, the uncertainty about where things might go for us. And uncertainty is a part of it. We like to think that we can control so many things, but the truth is that all we can really control is ourselves and how we react to given circumstances. The conflict that our country and our globe is experiencing on a greater level it's deep and it's wide. And it is so much about understanding the concept that what is in one of us is in all of us. That our humanity connects us on a level that is so much deeper than the circumstances of our birth, the color of our skin, what's in our bank account, what zip code we live in. This grounding practice that you have just done is connecting you with that deeper part of yourself. That part of yourself that transcends your gender, your age, your current employment status. It's the part of you that is able to connect with other human beings on the level of humans. When we balance our energy fields, when we bring our bodies into a state of calm coherence, we are clear-headed, we are energized. We are better able to respond to the stressors of our lives. It makes us better parents, better friends, better people. I believe that if you learn and use this practice, then you will be a balancing, a counterbalance for so much of the conflict that's happening in the world today. Even if the conflict isn't directed at you, when there's conflict, it harms all of us. And so therefore, when there's peace, it affects all of us. So just checking back in with your breathing, just again, adjust your posture a little bit, keeping these eyes closed. Just go back again and do one more round of box breaths. In through the nose, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, exhale, 4, 3, 2. And now just let your breathing, let the counting practice fall away. Let your breathing return to normal. You may notice that you're breathing a little bit deeper now because you've brought some conscious awareness to that breath process. And just check in with your physical body. Are there any areas that your attention is being drawn to? Are there any emotions or thoughts coming up for you? Maybe things you are planning that you know you have to take care of after this call. Maybe feelings that you have that you've been avoiding looking at. Maybe you're just hungry for lunch. Whatever it is, just acknowledge that you're having that thought, that you're noticing that feeling, that sensation. And a funny thing happens when you acknowledge it. All of a sudden, the pressure to interact with it is somehow lessened. And just like clouds moving through the sky or the weather, it becomes a passing phenomenon, and you're able to move on to the next thing. This is meditation, this practice that we just did. And as I said, anyone can do this anywhere. But it shouldn't just be about the practice itself. Because yes, it's wonderful to be able to start your day or interrupt your day or end your day with breathing like this. But when you do insert this practice into your life, it has an effect, it has a carryover effect. It brings the benefits that you learn from within the practice, the benefits of not attaching to uncomfortable sensations or thoughts, the benefits of paying attention to where your body is in space or your body's needs, the benefits even just of simply breathing deeply. It brings all of those into the rest of your life and makes you more effectual, more powerful, more capable, more calm with every other thing that you're doing that's important. So in this way, it's foundational, kind of like drinking water or getting sleep. So now, if you guys would like, just begin to kind of bring your attention maybe back into the room. We've been inward for some time. So maybe you want to wiggle your fingers or toes, or take maybe just like move your shoulders a little bit, or move your head from side to side. Just noticing how that feels in your body. And then when you feel ready, you can go ahead and open your eyes, blink them open. And just take a moment to be aware of how you're feeling. Be aware of your energy levels, any needs that you may have. just notice this state. This state, and you probably feel fairly relaxed, is actually how you're supposed to be. It's your natural position. But so much about life, so many distractions and things that require our attention, they can kind of pull us away from this state. And so this is your safety net. This is the wall, the side of the pool when the water is too deep. You can always bring yourself right back to the spot within literally seconds, minutes, just by going